So there's only 50 days until my plane takes off for Ireland, and I'm really excited because 50 is kind of like a big number. I don't know. I'm excited. So today I'm going to talk about Prague, and in honor of that I am wearing the pashmina scarf I bought in Prague and my ring that I bought in Prague, which I'll talk about later too. So anyway, first of all, it's definitely on my list of places to go back to because my camera pooped out when I was there and I need to take pictures again. Don't buy an $80 camera and expect it to work with the voltage differences and everything. I also want to go back because of my ring. These are called Czech garnets. And if you can't tell, they're kind of a really dark red color. So they're kind of special. I got this ring there, and it's also special not just because I got it in Prague, but my mom has a similar ring that she got as a senior in high school like I did, except hers is gold and not silver because I like silver better. Anyway, we have twin rings. So second of all, I've also mentioned how much I absolutely love to read. If you can't see, I have quite the library behind me. These are just my favorite books. The rest of them are downstairs. I have to have the favorite ones in my bedroom. So anyway, I love to read. I love to read a lot, and I love to read all the time. So if you ever see me on my phone, chances are I'm reading a book. So anyway, reading about history is one of my favorite things to do, but I also love to read about fantasy. So, anyway, get back on track. Reading about history is what made Berlin really special for me, like I said. But in Prague, the minute you get there, you kind of get taken aback and you go, did I just step back in time or into a fairy tale or something? I've never seen such a beautiful city in my life. American cities can't hold a candle to the old European ones. They just have so much character and there's so many things to see. It was like entering a book. For example, one of my favorite book series when I was in kindergarten was the Magic Treehouse books. It was about these two kids who had a treehouse full of books, and when they opened a book, the treehouse would take them there, and they went all sorts of historical places and had lots of adventures. Anyway, it was almost like that had happened to me in Prague. So while I found Berlin interesting because of its history, which intrigued the learner in me, I was enchanted by Prague because it looked just like a dream, and it really intrigued the reader in me, and that 8-year-old who wanted to, be a princess or something. So anyway, we went up into this clock tower that's on the main square, and you could see the whole city and all the rooftops and cafes and people running around on the streets. And it's so hard to describe, but it's beautiful, and I loved every minute of it. And my favorite part of Prague was Golden Street. If you had to imagine a little European village, that's what it would look like in my head, at least. Small little colorful houses with red rooftops selling everything from food to marionettes, which Prague is also famous for, like the garnets. There's a museum in one of the little houses that was full of medieval outfits and weapons and armor and stuff. So you can imagine my happiness when I discovered that. It's also where Franz Kafka lived, and Franz Kafka was a very influential author. You might have read The Metamorphosis in class. I know I have. But I really want to go back there because there's this little cafe there, and I just want to sit and people watch because lots of interesting people were on that street. But Prague also has a beautiful castle and a cathedral and bridge. They're all stops that you should really look at. They definitely take you there on a guided walking tour. Prague is definitely a place where the walking tour is worth it. Like Berlin, everything's very spread out, and I was really glad we had a bus. But Prague was just, you could walk everywhere. It was all really close, and you could slow down and take pictures and tons of pictures and all the pictures because it's just so beautiful. So if you want to be completely enchanted by a city, you should go to Prague. There's also a lot of really cool history there. It's not all just pretty buildings. There's a really cool Holocaust museum. And you may not think to visit Prague on a European vacation, but it's definitely worth it. So that's my recommendation today. Bye!